Hello and welcome to the show. I'm here on Forza Horizon 2 with another rally car build. My vehicle today, it is the Dodge Ram Runner. We've had quite a few sort of race cars and supercars and so on, so I'm going to have a go with something that is supposed to be going off-road. How it's going to do? Probably not well. I don't know. It could do quite well. In the past, it's tended to be the supercars that have fared quite quickly. I'll give this truck a go. It's going to be heavy. That's pretty much a given. A lot heavier than a lot of the cars that have been run around. The rules for the vehicles is that it must be four-wheel drive. I believe this thing starts off as four-wheel drive. Indeed it does. It's a stadium truck that's rear-wheel drive. So the vehicles must be four-wheel drive. It must have the Storm Island off-road tyres. These things. We must have the off-road suspension. That I don't think is going to make much difference to this car. And the off-road gearbox. The gearbox should give us some nice short gear ratios. And the suspension, I don't even know if it's going to change. Are we going to change the truck? Nope. But the PI has improved. They are slightly lighter. It has made no difference to everything else. Perhaps not surprising, considering it's an off-road truck to begin with. Right, brakes, number one priority. We want to get this thing stopped, and weight reduction is number two priority. We've got to get as much weight out of the truck as we can. 4,500 pounds still makes it about the heaviest thing we've had. It's heavier. Yeah, that's heavier than most of the... I'm trying to think of anything that's been heavier. The Lamborghini LM, what's it? I don't even think that was particularly. It's going to be a heavy... Oh, maybe the Shelby Raptor thing. That was also quite heavy, but yeah, it's going to be a heavy vehicle. On the plus side, though, we are going to have a lot of power. We're going to have an awful lot of power and an awful lot of torque. We'll come back to all that stuff later. Tyres. Let's go for some decent tyre widths. We do have decent tyre widths on this truck. 325s, not quite the biggest, but certainly not too bad, considering a lot of vehicles are running, a lot of the sort of the sports cars tyres were well under 300, so this has got some decent sized tyres, although of course there is a lot of truck to be moving around. Now I could go with the standard engine. I'm not going to, because it's only kind of just about gets itself to S1 class, so we're going to go with the 6.2 litre V8. And it's not a huge amount different, but yeah, we're going for this engine. Not only is it lighter, I can get a lot more power out of it. We can get up towards the 900 horsepower mark with this engine, which is good, which is definitely good. We want as much power as we can possibly get out of it. Stick on some turbos, put it into S1 class. And now we go and do all of the power parts, just all of them, I suspect. We're going to have, I mean, that's adding a decent amount of horsepower. That's halfway through S1 class. Okay, that's not too bad. Actually, the PI is now starting to jump up, and of course some of these are losing us a little bit of weight. Can I improve mid-turbos? This is probably going to jump the PI up quite... Oh, there we go. We can get top of S1 class. 794 horsepower, 707 torques. Yeah, sure, we'll go with that. 4,400 pounds though. The downside of having so much weight, yeah, it's not going to turn so well. Not going to turn so well at all. Although it's not quite as much power as I expect. I think the Raptor, didn't that get up towards the 900 horsepower mark? It could have done. Now, can we get away? We can get away with sneakily adding one of these on. A little bit less weight. Will it be underpowered? When I say underpowered, I mean there's a lot of horsepower in this. Will it be underpowered when it comes to the straights? When we're getting 140 miles an hour from the Countach, it's about 136 from the Viper, and around that from a lot of the cars down the straight bits. This is a lot heavier. Those are probably double the weight of a lot of them cars, and it's not double the power. So straight line speed could be a small issue. Now, whoops. Am I going to go with... Actually, I might go with some Aero Parts. In fact, I'm not going to go with some Aero Parts because I can't put them on. Never mind then. Ignore that. Handling, to be honest, I don't think handling is going to be too much of a problem. As strange as that sounds, thinking about it, the Shelby was quite good. With that little bit more weight, they shouldn't be moved around too much by the bumps. I'm thinking it could do okay. Expectations on performance, I don't think it's going to go to the top. I think it's going to be sort of mid-table-ish. Could challenge the likes of the Shelby. The Shelby Raptor is probably its main sort of target. Right, we will go to our normal test circuit, the Forest Brawl track, where I have got 5 laps to set as faster lap time as possible. And now the target time at the very top 59.2 is unlikely to be challenged by this car. It's unlikely to go as quick as a Countach. Where I am expecting this to go is around the Lamborghini LM 002, 1 minute 1, or maybe be challenging sort of like the Raptor. Where is the Raptor's time on the Shelby Raptor? 102.4. I'm expecting it around the 101s, 102s. It could be surprising. It should deal with the bumps and jumps quite well, so it could be surprising. I'm not sure that it will, but here we go. Let's fire this huge off-road truck at the course and see how it does. Turn 1, there's a bit of oversteer. There's more grip than I expected. There is more grip through there. Can I be flat out? I might even be able to be flat out through there, potentially. There is more grip in this truck than I was thinking. I've got to remember now, I'm in a very wide and quite a tall vehicle compared to what I'm used to driving around here. Oh, can we be flat through here? This is the real test. Oh, we can. 96 miles an hour. That's not bad. Okay, it's not quite as fast as the likes of the Viper and the Countach. Still, 96 miles an hour through that corner, flat out, is not too shabby. And with that extra weight, yes, I can do the same tactic I had with the Viper. It is just a little lift coming into that corner. I've taken the shortcut there. Ooh, the bushes. This is not quite what I expected from it. Straight line speed, this is where we could potentially struggle. And this gearbox hasn't actually shortened the gears that much. Oh dear! We're going a little face first into the ground. Okay, Dodge, let's see what you can do. Oh, that's a big air time there. Yeah, I mean, we're 10 miles an hour down on the Lamborghini. Oh, and I might have missed my braking point a little bit. The other problem that I didn't really think about is this will kind of get quite a bit of airtime. Oh, we are flat out down there. Are we flat out around here? There was a little lift. I had a momentary panic lift. Oh, no, we've overshot slightly into this next corner. Holy crap, that first lap is 1 minute 3.4. That's bloody fast. Again, easy flat through there, still at around the 96 mile an hour mark. I'm really surprised by this truck. This is doing far better than I thought it would. I mean, that first lap time is not the sort of time that I really expected from it, considering we are quite a lot down in a straight line. We're a bit slow, a little bit bad on that particular corner. Come on, truck. I would like some more if it had a couple more 100 horsepower, oh dear. I could see this seriously challenging in S1 class, to be honest. Second lap, 1 minute 3, yeah. That wasn't a great lap. Get slowed, slow. There we go. Into the first corner. The brakes are okay. They're not terrible. Running a little bit wide. I mean, through this first section, I don't think we're that far off the top cars, to be honest. I really don't think we are that far off the very fastest cars that have been around here. We are a couple of miles an hour slower. Oh no, I've got 102 through there that time. That's bonkers fast for anything, let alone for a Dodge Ram. It's here. This is where we start to struggle. We just don't quite have the same power to weight ratio as some of the other vehicles. We are on for a half decent lap though. Alright, slow it down and get it turned. We're not carrying that much less speed than some of the other cars. Then this is where we struggle. Don't have the acceleration. Up the jump, and then we do land a little bit nose heavy. Oh, clonk on the front bumper there, and run towards the line. What are we going to be doing? A 1 minute 1. Yeah, it's just lacking that straight line speed. Oh, I may have overcooked it into turn 1. That was kind of a tip it in and hope that we have enough grip. It did work, but only just about. Okay, Ram, can we get into the 1 minute? I'm not sure we can. I don't know where I can find the time. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the little map in the bottom left with the ghost time. That's for a 59.2 time. And around these first corners, okay, this time it was a bit wonky on the landing. But around the first corners, I was keeping up with 59.2. It's just from here on in that we lose the time. We can be quite quick through this corner. That was unintendedly sideways. Whoopsie. That's not the line. It's not the proper line that you want to take. Here, whoop, I can cut the corner massively here. It's going to throw me out all sorts of wide because I wasn't expecting to do that. It's just we lose so much time down here. We also don't fly that nicely. I'm going to try a slightly different tactic. Didn't work. Slightly different tactic did a very silly thing. I was trying to get the truck sorted out. Now I'm going to just do a cheeky reverse so that I can have a better run onto this final lap. Otherwise it's a little bit unfair on the Ram. Yeah, that didn't quite work how I had expected it to. I was trying to lift off so that rather than getting the big clonk on the front, it was so that I could get a clean run over this jump, and down the other side I could accelerate out of it onto the next lap, but it didn't really work as I bumped the nose on the floor and we fell over. Right, well, we're on just about an even footing for the start of this lap. I mean, we're just about cracking 130 miles an hour before we're stopping for turn 1. It's not it's not quite quick enough. A little bit less weight or a bit more power and this could be a serious contender, because through these turns, despite being a huge off-road truck, and despite... Oh, we're too wide through there. That was my bad. Yeah, well, I've thrown this lap as well. Disappointing by me. I don't think I could have got it much faster, to be honest, anyway. Maybe a few tenths here. But, yeah, this does not drive like a huge truck. It's not what I expect. It's quite agile, very fast through the corners, can carry great speed through them. Perhaps helped by the very large tyres. I mean, there's no oversteer, there's no real understeer in it. It's a very nice truck to drive. Whoop, there is oversteer when you get it completely wrong into that turn. Yeah, it's just a bit, the power to weight ratio is not quite enough. If we had the 900 horsepower we had in the Shelby, I reckon we could have probably, I don't think we could have got into the 59s. Well, maybe. We certainly would have challenged the top cars. A 1 minute 1.674 is still not too bad a lap time. It puts it ahead of a Ford Escort and slightly behind the GT3 Rally Bentley and the Lancia Delta S4. I'm very thoroughly impressed with this truck. Pretty easy to drive. I kind of ballsed it up a little bit on the on the jump. It does fly a bit nose down a couple of places. Not quite as nice through the air as I might like. But yeah, it really does not handle like a 4,000 pound truck. It's really very... I mean, doing 100 miles an hour around the corner after the first jump, that's ridiculous for a massive, great big truck. But there you go. Some rather large tyres are proving to be quite useful on the Ram Runner. But yeah, just a little bit too much weight or not quite enough power either way would solve it. Anyway, that is it for this video, guys. So thank you very much for watching. And until next time, goodbye.